what is the job for you? The job should bring you fun because you're spending a lot of time in job. And if it doesn't give you fun, so then don't really spend your time for this job. It's not a real job for you.
So if you have, in one sentence, what advice would you give to a professional looking to work in your company?
Well, I would like to say that we are always like to repeat the same phrase that the sky is the limit. And we really understood what does it mean because we don't really have a limit of what we can earn. So they know that the more they work, the more productive they are. They can realize their dreams not after 10 years, but today. You need to hear yourself. You need to understand, first of all, who are you and where you want to go. What are really your goals?
So, welcome to CB Talks, the podcast that explores the inspiring stories and journey of exceptional professionals around the globe. I'm Ricardo. I'm the founder and CEO of Cross-Border Talents, a global recruitment agency with over 11 years of experience, with more than 300 remote recruiters operating in more than 100 countries. Today, I'm happy to bring you a conversation with Nina Zaziyants, a superstar in the recruitment industry and a superstar also on the opera landscape. I really hope she can sing a bit for us today. Not sure. We will try. So, live from Barcelona, I welcome our amazing commercial manager, Nina. Hey, Nina. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very excited to have this discussion. So, my name is Nina Zaziyants. I'm commercial manager in Cross-Border Talents. I have been working in this company for 3 years, and I really enjoy these 3 years. I have a very wonderful team, and I think that today I will have a lot to speak about this team. And yeah, that's it.
It's really crazy, and the passion that you talk about your team, and that's one of the reasons why we set up this podcast. But we'll get there. So you are still young, yet you have already a unique life journey. So can you please share some of it with us? So you were born in, then you moved to. What have you studied? What have you worked?
Yeah, so I was born in Russia. And I'm an opera singer, so I moved in Italy to understand how to sing. So to understand this famous Italian vocal school, opera school, and there I started my way, European way. So it's around 13 years that I'm living in Europe. And after some years in Italy, I moved also in Germany, and then during the COVID time, I moved in Spain, where I'm living at this moment. That's why I'm speaking different languages, which really helps me to understand different candidates, to understand my team coming from different countries in the world, and to understand also their mentality, because I think it's very important, especially for the team leader, to accept different mentalities, to understand them, to feel them, and to recognize who are those people working with me.
And you have you combine your passion, which is opera, with another passion, which is recruitment and acting as a leader of a team of talented professionals that are spread across the globe. So, first of all, how do you combine these two?
Well, the most important thing I think for me is to have fun. So it's always that when I was speaking with you from the very, very beginning, that I don't use a lot of too many professional words when I'm trying to define my way of working. Normally, you always hearing from my side that I want to give the love to my people. I want to give them fun working here. And that's why I'm working in recruitment technically, because recruitment consists a lot of different stuff, which I really love. And I would like to say that, all opera singers in this world, I think that normally they chose this profession themselves. And that's, I think it's very important to understand that you can choose your job. And technically, that's why I also work in recruitment, because I can choose this job. I can understand whom I can be, yes, whom I can become. And it's very important, this kind of, basic stuff. What is the job for you? The job should bring you fun, because you're spending a lot of time in job, a lot of time of your life. And if it doesn't give you fun, so then don't really spend your time for this job. It's not real job for you.
Well, we started 11 years ago, so you joined 3 years ago. And since the beginning, we always, at Cross-Border Talents, we adjust, we trial and error. So we have been adjusting. And when you join, immediately you start raising a lot of questions, which I will talk a bit about our weekly meeting, our Happy Hour telco that we do every Friday. So since your beginning, you always popped with a lot of questions and questions and questions. Oh, wow, that's cool. So I invited you in one of those telcos to let's have a chat, the two of us, because you have so many nice questions. I want to know more. Remember that time?
Yes, of course.
And the questions that you had in that telco, you also had a lot of questions in our one-to-one, and then you have evolved a lot within the different roles we have in the organization. And one of the things that we really integrated in our operation is what you define, the profile. You want to hire this profile for your team, which is only sunny people. Can you please define what is a sunny person for you?
Well, a sunny person is, first of all, it's a person who knows who he is. Yes. So the sunny person is the person who doesn't have a fear to bring his personality. He knows that he has a place to bring his personality. He can be nice. He can be positive. Because to be honest, not every company give you the place to be funny, to have fun at your job. And the positive people are people who can, in objective way, they can understand that the job can have, of course, different kind of also stressful part. But the most important part is to be concentrated on something what brings you results, to have always this positive aspect, to understand that we're doing something really good. We are bringing people to work, and we are moving them. We are helping them to move in different countries in to have a very, very unique experience. And it's, this job consists so many different important things that I don't have a reason not to have fun at job. So, and that's I think it's very important that everyone is positive. Everyone has a very, very nice, friendly relationship with each other. Then we have a future, of course.
Thank you. We're gonna dive into that about the funny environment that you have within your team, and it makes everybody that is listening to you guys on Fridays jealous. I want to be there. So you have your work time. A lot of freelancers adjusting their work time, but then you also have funny moments outside work where you celebrate success, where some of you guys do stand up, some of you guys you always share a lot. But let's go. Can you remind a story from your work experience that has defined you as the professional that you are today? Some a moment that really you still remember that, well, this is who I want to be in my work.
Well, from quarter to quarter, we were always and always speaking about the same thing, and you were always asking me where you wanna be in the next quarter. What do you wanna bring to this company? What is your goal? And I was thinking about this, and I just realized that if once I have the opportunity to build a team of leaders, then that would work. Because having all these recruiters working from different countries, there is no way that you can motivate one by one. There is no physical way to do this. To speak with everybody who has different mentality, speaks different languages, to speak and motivate them. But then I understood one thing, and I think it's very, very important, and it changed my world and my vision in this job. That once I create something, what would be attractive to the different people, what would be powerful for the completely different people from different countries, then it would work. So I wrote you that my goal is to create the team of leaders, the team of people who has the power to bring their personalities, and that's technically what we're doing at this moment. So I have 4 managers in my team right now, and all of them are coming from different countries, and all of them are speaking different languages. But we are all together only because we have our common goals, we have our common ideas, we know where we are going, and I don't need to remind them what to do every day. I don't need to find special words to everyone. They are working even better than as I would as I could ask them to work. They are bringing me much more than I could ask them. And that's only because we have a real passion and we created this basic stuff which makes this job be very, very attractive. So now, yeah.
No, amazing. Because we think our mindset is quarter after quarter. So we have a quarter. We know what we need to do. We develop. We reach our KPIs, and then we think about next quarter. So it was very cool to get your ideas, and then immediately adjusting to what you want to do with your team. And I totally agree. It's impossible that you coach every freelancer that join. So when you train your trainers, when you train your leaders, they are an extension of you, of Nina, and it's really cool to see how how happy they are having you as their leader, and how happy they are in sharing their success on a daily basis. We have this group where everybody's celebrating the success. It's very cool to see your team, how you embrace each other. So now let's dive into the fascinating world of international recruitment, which is our dynamic and exciting industry. A few words about our journey. So since 2013, Cross-Border Talents has specialized in recruiting niche and hard to find profiles, such as multilingual customer experience professionals, content moderators, IT support. So these are the jobs that we have from our clients worldwide. These are the jobs that we share with our candidates worldwide, and these are the jobs that our recruiters interact, bringing more than 50 different nationalities to work presentially for clients we have in Portugal, Spain, Ireland, Greece, Netherlands, Germany, you name it. So new jobs related to artificial intelligence are data collectors and AI trainers. We're getting more and more busy with that. And as I mentioned before, every Friday for the past 11 years, we have hosted a happy hour telco, as Nina defined. This is a weekly meeting where our diverse community of freelance recruiters learn about our company and share their inspiring life stories and cultural insights. So this is a moment of connection that embodies the spirit of our global network. And I really get emotional every Friday, because in the first half hour, we talk about business. In the second part, everybody joins. And we have people from, you name it, every part of the world. So we see every country, every religion, each gender. It's really a cultural pot, which we are always learning about different countries and about different lives. So let's talk about this community and what makes it special. So Nina, coming back, in your opinion, how to maintain a strong organizational culture when your teams are spread across different countries and time zones? So you have people that are in El Salvador and people that are in Indonesia. So how do you do this?
I think that we also need to be back to define what job is. So the job, in the most of the cases, that people don't really like their job. And here I'm always asking myself what I need to do to make my recruiters, to make my team really love this job. If they are coming here and they have different things which are important to their life, such as, of course, money, of course, a nice environment, of course, respect, of course, understanding. Of course, it should be also the supportive part. So they need to have support from the team leaders. They need to be sure. They need to have a place to say their ideas, to share their ideas, to share their personality, to make this company better, to grow, which is very important. So if people have all these things and also having fun, then we get them. If they have an opportunity to make a very good money and growing a company in having a very healthy environment, then there is no way that they would not join us. They would join us and they would be happy. Ricardo knows that I have just only one problem with my team, is that nobody wants to go for holidays. And if they're on holidays, they are working even more. So that's a real big problem, which I don't really know how to resolve, because it's a little bit dangerous, because people really can't talk of the job, and unfortunately, I'm saying the truth. So they are always there. Yesterday night, I was speaking with my manager, and he was speaking with our colleagues also from my team. So sometimes when you're creating something so good, sometimes it's dangerous, because you don't want to go out from your computer, because there you have everything. You have your money, you have your friends, you have your colleagues, you have a fun, you can share whatever you want, you can share even your pain there. Yes, and people would understand you. People are congratulating you when you have a success. It's also something what is not normal for different maybe companies. People. In our company, it's very important to share success, to congratulate each other, to be happy with the success of each other. And the unique competition we have is we are always trying to be better than what we were yesterday. So we're not trying to have a competition between each other, but we are having competition between us yesterday and us today and us tomorrow. So I think that when you're creating the healthy environment, then people wants to join you. If it's nice, if everything's good, if everyone respects you and you can grow, why don't you join us?
Nina, I told you once. So when somebody asked me, why did you create a company? So 11 years ago, of course, we want to leave our mark. We want to add to fill missing spots in the market. So in our case, we knew that there are some profiles which are so hard to find that companies really struggle because their competencies are not in a specific market. Then we need to find a professional and create the ideal situation for the candidate to relocate to another country. So this is very hard, and traditional recruitment agencies, they avoid these hard to find profiles. And this is really our blue ocean. This is really our cup of tea. This is where we feel at home. So when somebody asks me, why did you create Cross-Border Talents? This is one, to fill this gap, but it's really financially, of course, it's cool to create a healthy company. But I think the most important, because it brings me to work happy on a daily basis, the team that we work with, and it's the sunny people that you talk. It's celebrating the money that you guys are bringing home to yours. Is the feeling that you all have. It's really unique, and that what makes me tick. Tell me a bit about, because you mentioned money twice, about your team. So we are talking about freelancers, that they are completely autonomous in their job. They work whenever they want, but you are struggling because they don't want to take holidays because they are so hooked in what they are doing. Can you give me an example of how much money are we talking about? Let's say one, two best cases that you have in your team, and how do you engage them?
Well, I would like to say that we are always and always like to repeat the same phrase that the sky is the limit. And we really understood what does it mean, because we don't really have a limit of what we can earn. So I can say that the salary range can be completely different. So it can be from 1,000 to extremely high salaries. So we have people who have around 30,000 euros in their green box. I don't know. I hope that it's not a secret. So this money are there like a bank, and they can every month they can get whatever they wish to get, and it's not a limit for them. So they are not, unfortunately, they're not planning to have holidays. So these guys, even if they can stay without working for the year, they are still working and producing even more money. So I'm always, we are always have a joke that it's better already not to give them salaries, but just buy them maybe a villa in Portugal or somewhere else, and maybe it would be more convenient for us, because it's incredible how much money you can do here, and that it's very important, I think, that to understand that our recruiters are people who are growing, who are building their future themselves. So they are not those people who like their fixed salary, and then whatever they would do in the company, maybe in some years they would have 200 more or something like this. No, completely different way of thinking. We are creating leaders. We are creating people who are getting their life, and they are going to realize their dream. So they know that the more they work, the more productive they are. They can realize their dreams not after 10 years, but today. And that's completely different view of the people who is working here.
So we are talking about freelancers. They manage their time. They connect with you whenever they are available. You tell them these are the clients where we need this kind of profiles. Then you connect them with our talent connectors, and then they produce. And we have a paper performance model where you said it, the sky is the limit. Every project that they conclude, they get a fee. So the sellers that you mentioned, these are the fees that they get based on the performance that they reach on a monthly base, on a quarterly base. And then what you're saying is that these guys are leaders because they can plan their job, they can plan how to engage with candidates, with the other recruiters, and they get more and more effective, and they get more and more money. I think that's what we are both saying, correct?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. So we will finish in a couple of minutes, but I still have two questions. So, what are the key traits that makes a remote worker successful for you, and how do you identify this in an interview?
Well, to be honest, there is no a really formula, yeah, which would help me to identify people as a good recruiter. Sometimes I feel like people are a little bit, they're not so open, yeah, so they are very shy. It can be also related to their mentality. Sometimes I see very shy people, and I think, okay, maybe I need to give them a chance. Let's see. And then they are just opening themselves as really stars, and I have a really good surprise. Sometimes you have in the interviews people who say, "Yeah, I know everything, and I was working in such incredible companies," but then in the work they don't really how to work with people. So here we have completely different personalities in our company. So I can't say that all of us have anything similar. So as I said before, the most important thing which all of us we have in common is the vision of um, how we are going to build our future. So here I see in front of me that the person is someone who wants to create his future. He doesn't want to stay in the office and have his fixed salary and nothing more. So he's the person who can go ahead and work for his own money. Then I can say that's our guy. So the positive person who has a really strong personality, who wants to work hard, who likes this job because it's a very interesting job, as I told you before. So as I mentioned before, it's a very interesting job which consists a lot of different stuff, languages, different cultures, different mentalities, psychology. We have a lot of people with psychology background, and there is a purpose for this because we're dealing always with different kind of sensible stuff, so different feelings, and we need to be very attentive to this. So you really need. Sometimes I would say that it's important just to feel that that's your person and this person can be really good in your team. But of course, me as anybody else can be wrong. So I also need to accept my errors and and go with that.
And you have so many different nationalities in your team. Can you just name a few so that we know how
Well,
diverse it is?
yeah, I would like to speak a little bit about managers, which I have in my team. So one of them are coming from South Africa. Another one is from Azerbaijan, but he's living at this moment in Sweden. Another one is from Portugal, and another one from Peru. So we have Nicole, Timur, Pedro, and Luis. They are my team leaders. They are people whom I trust most, and they are people who have the same vision as me, even if we're coming from so different countries with completely different time and everything. So sometimes we have a feeling that we're working 24/7 because we have a lot of people from Peru, from El Salvador, from Brazil, and they are starting working when we are finished our job in Europe. We have also people from Egypt, from Greece, from Georgia, from Ukraine, from Russia, from completely different countries. And I would say that it's a very, very interesting how all of them can be successful just having the same vision of where we're going.
And a special kudos for Generation Z, because this is, I would say, 95% of your team is Generation Z. We see some struggles now within the market of Generation Z and the way they communicate with the employers because they are from Generation X, as myself. So how do you see this within your team? Because these guys have a completely different mindset. They are Generation Z coming here, but conquering the world with their candidates. How do you see Generation Z in your team?
Well, I would say that they are very active. They are very positive. To convince the Generation Z, I would say to move from one country to another country, you need to bring maybe completely different arguments, which you would bring to the different generations. Because here we need to speak about when we are trying to convince our candidates to move from one country to another, we need to bring arguments related also to have some fun, work activities. I don't know, hobbies. having interesting life, opportunities also to grow, to learn something new, to learn languages. So this generation is very curious about what's happening in the world. So that's why it's very important for us to work with the clients who is offering us very nice, attractive cities to live and to grow for Generation Z.
So if you have, in one sentence, what advice would you give to a professional looking to work in your company? In an interview, what will you be what advice?
To work in my company, to work in my team, you mean?
Yeah.
I would tell him that you need to hear yourself. You need to understand, first of all, who are you and where you want to go. So where you want to be tomorrow? What are really your goals? Because when your goals are to realize your dreams, then maybe it's the right place. When your goals are to have a funny, nice, healthy environment, then maybe it's a right place for you. But of course, not everyone wants this. Some people loves the office's job, with all respect to the office job. Some people wants to have these team leaders which always pushing you without bringing you arguments really how to work yet. But that's something what I really avoid. I don't like any kind of push. I don't like any kind of unrespectable way of speaking with the people. So for me, respect, organization, discipline are very important. And of course, the unique goal which I really have is that people around me are happy. And when we have a goal to become happy, then this happiness consists those things which we mentioned before. It's money, it's healthy things, like healthy relations with friends, the way of growing. And then when we have the opportunity to achieve all of this, so then we can really become happy, successful, and we can see that during the future tomorrow.
Very inspiring, Nina. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. Nina, your team and other teams from your colleagues Carol and Jackie, you guys have submitted 9,000 candidates so far during this year to our clients. 9,000 candidates. So we are definitely one of the best international recruitment agencies in the world. But the quality of the people that you move to these clients is just unique. Our selection rate is extremely high, but the quantity it's just massive. So I'm sure we will receive a lot of questions on how to join your international team. Well, in fact, it's very easy. Just email info@cbtalents.com, and Nina will receive your message. We are hiring, so please contact us. You can also subscribe our podcast and follow our social media to check our job opportunities. Nina, we are saying bye-bye. Any final words from your side?
Well, as Ricardo said, so you're super welcome to join my team. I think that if you're the person who has a very strong personality, have a positive attitude of this life, and you want to bring your life to the really nice point and realize your dreams, I really would be super happy to help you with this and have a very unique experience to work together.
Thank you, Nina. It's really a pleasure to work with you. So until then, see you on the next episode where I will talk with another exceptional professional. Thank you, Nina. Thank you all. Have a nice one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.